guys, it's Eric G from Around the House Show. Is your barbecue just barely holding on and you need to upgrade it for the big game? We got you covered. Monument Grills was founded by three good friends in Atlanta, Georgia that wanted high-quality, durable grills inspired by iconic monuments. The grills are created for the person who loves to cook and are built to last and to enhance your outdoor cooking experience. What I love is that they are the best quality grills for under $900. So check out the American gas grill experts at monumentgrills.com. I bet you'll love to cook on one like I do. Check out the new standard in outdoor cooking at monumentgrills.com.
It's Around the House. When it comes to remodeling and renovating your home, there is a lot to know, but we've got you covered. This is Around the House.
Welcome to the Around the House Show, the next generation of home improvement. I'm Eric G. Thanks for joining me today in our midweek update. Now, this episode is brought to you by our friends at Monument Grills. If you're trying to get that barbecue for the big game coming up, man, now is the time to get it. Check it out at monument.com. Well, you know, my thoughts again are out there with all of the people that are just suffering from the California wildfires, the people in the West, the people in the East that are still, I get all of my friends that are down there, all of you guys that are down there in the Southeast going, hey, what about us? We got years to rebuild. I get it, guys. I really do. And it feels like you're getting ignored. But one thing I just want everybody to remind, just a quick reminder to my friends in the Southeast, their hurricane is still going. They're still losing houses every day. There's still people. They're still trying to find the people that they can't find. And the winds are still going. So if you think about it as a hurricane, that hurricane is still rolling right now. They're still in the middle of it. And once all the fires are out, unfortunately, just like you, the news cycle is going to move someplace else. And it will be a local story and not a national story. But that's enough about the fires right now. You know, they got winds and stuff going, so hopefully they can get that wrapped up and Southern California can get some rain. But that's not what we're talking about here today. This was going to be a discussion last week, but with the current events, I wanted to talk about, of course, what was going on there. So we pushed our Consumer Electronics Show quick update. What happened last week in 2025 here in Las Vegas at the Consumer Electronics Show? And yes, that show can be jam-packed full of gaming, televisions, smart cars, all that stuff like that. But there's also a lot of stuff mixed in for your home. And this is where a lot of those new electronic products for your home come out. And I've got a bunch of stuff to talk about here today. We'll see if we can keep it a little brief. I don't want to make this an hour show today because that's not what we do. But I tell you what, one of my favorite new things that just came out or is being released here soon, but was revealed at CES, are my friends at Roborock. Now, Roborock is my favorite robot vacuum. I have one in my house. I've got the S8 Max V Ultra. It goes around on my hardwood floors. It vacuums. If there's a rug on it, it goes over the top and vacuums it. It scrubs, it mops, it dries, and it goes back to its docking station and empties it all out so you can get multiple cleanings without having to change bags and things like that. It actually has a vacuum bag in it so you can pull it out. You're not trying to clean out some crazy dust canister that seems to get the dust right back out in the room again. So that works really well. But they came out with the new Soros, S-A-R-O-S series. Holy smokes. This is the smartest vacuum, robot vacuum I have ever seen. So the Soros Z70 is the first mass-produced robotic vacuum with a foldable 5-axis mechanical arm for an elevated cleaning experience. So basically, this innovative arm allows the Soros Z70 to move obstacles out of the way and clean areas previously blocked. So if you've got a sock sitting on the floor or a flip-flop or a shoe, it'll grab it and put it back where it's supposed to go as long as it can reach it. So it can perform simple household tasks and even serve as a companion, all while maintaining Roborock's pioneering features of an industry-leading, ultra-thin, very thin design. So it's cool. Now, if I can get this thing to go grab me a beer or a whiskey, that's the ultimate right there. So anyway, this is really cool. This OmniGrip mechanical arm goes through, picks stuff up. The height of this thing is cool, and this is where I think the brilliance of their vacuums are. It's only 3.14 inches high. So where that makes a big difference is if you've got furniture that's elevated with legs, or the toe kick in your kitchen that's 4 to 5 inches, depending on what you got there. It's super cool. And it's smart. So it's got a dual anti-tangle system. You know, really, it is a smart, if you move stuff around, like I did for Christmas and Hanukkah at my house. We've got a dual house here, so we move stuff around. Tree goes up. Actually, we had 2 trees this year, one in the kitchen, yeah, that's how my wife rolls. Julie's awesome that way. So things get moved around. It learns that, and when it moves back, it goes back to it. So it's really cool, and it is really multifunctional. So these are cool things that we're seeing coming out. I love what Roborock is doing. And the best way to find out more about this stuff here is go to us.roborock, ROBOROCK.com. And that's the Soros Z70. Now, these things are not cheap. Usually, you know, you get into this type of stuff, you're in that $1,600 to $2,500 kind of thing for these. But if you think about it, this, and Julie mentioned this, and I mentioned it as well when we were sitting here talking about it at our house with our Roborock, it saves us, because we have 2 big dogs. And man, no matter what, they like to track stuff in. We have pine needles, you know, the fir needles, and all the stuff that comes in from outside this time of year, you know, wet shoes coming in, whatever. And I tell you what, it can be an every other day mopping experience for our house. Now I just hit the button. So this saves you 5 to 10 hours a week of cleaning by just hitting a button and walking away. And if you start putting that over, you know, 52 weeks a year, that's pretty cheap when it comes to it. So super compact. I really think this is just the next generation of, you know, robotic vacuums. So I'm impressed. Take a look at this thing. It's coming out this year. The Roborock Soros Z70. Now, when it comes to blinds around the house and shades, depending on what you're looking at, I tell you what, I am not the biggest fan of going into the home center, grabbing the stuff off the shelf, having them cut, taking them home. I mean, that's a great temporary or an apartment fix or anything like that, but they're just not really good, high quality stuff. And if you've got ceilings that are tall, if you've got areas that are hard to reach, like over a staircase, it's always seemed that motorized blinds were either cheeseball cheap or way too expensive. And I mean that. You can spend $800 on a motorized blind above a staircase or something like that, and you're like, man, dang, that is expensive. It adds up quick. You can spend thousands in a room. And that has been a big deterrent for motorized blinds. Well, Casita by Lutron did it again. Now, I'm a fan of these. This is what I use for my motorized blinds in my house. They're great stuff. I've got them in my master bedroom. It has been awesome for that. I've got it over the doorways. It's smart. I can hit a button. I can automate it. You know, I can tell it all the things that needs to happen. But here's what's cool. Lutron came out with these new lower price point smart shades. So they have been out for like a decade. They're great. So their new smart shades are the highest quality in the market for under $400. So these are, you know, tested to perform for 10 plus years of use and backed by a killer warranty on these things. But really, this is a huge deal. I mean, I go into homes with my Around the House Northwest television show. We do a home a week where we go in and take a look at homes. There are 8, 9, 10-year-old smart shades, Casitas by Lutron in there, still working. Now, are they a little dated? Yeah, because it's that old, but they're still cranking along. And each year they make more improvements, more improvements, more improvements. I mean, I have one over my tall window in my master. These run on, the ones I use run on the D batteries, and they work really well. But I haven't changed the batteries in 3 years. And these are just copper tops, if you know what I mean. So this is really cool. So Lutron really came out with a budget blind system for under $399. So basically, if it's under 48 inches wide or 80 inches high, they gotcha. You can add for $30, blackout options, things like that. So now larger custom sizes, you can get up to 8 foot in length and 104 inches high. Actually up to 104 inches wide for an additional price. Half that additional price is just trying to get the dang things to you because shipping's a little bit tough. But take a look at this. Their new price point in the Casita smart shades. So take a look at that. Super cool, awesome stuff. And I think one of the highlights at CES. I saw my friend Catherine Emery was out there, so I've been talking to her. She is a rock star when it comes to CES, and I saw her video on the SwitchBot K20. Kind of cool. It's a unique idea that does combine a robotic vacuum cleaner with accessories. What kind of accessories? You could have a little table on top where it moves your drink around, or it moves your air purifier into the room that you need. So there's a lot of cool things you can do with this. And an interesting one, you know, I do love my Roborock, but this is something that's a little bit different, and I like that it can move stuff around. So I think this is a new way to go, if you know what I mean. With moving stuff around, you can be stacking stuff on top of it. It moves it around. I like the air purifier thing where you can move that around and park it in other places. So that's kind of cool and pretty sweet. Now, another one that came out this year is kind of a cool new system called Flick, F-L-I-C. So this is kind of the land of buttons. So these are physical control. So if you want to control a smart light or something like that, here's the thing you don't have to do is get your phone and grab the app. So these are little press sensors that you can do. And so it's basically got 2 buttons, and you can go through and basically program it to control the things you want. So you can single press, double press, hold to get all these different things. Now, these do take a little bit of time to come out, and you got to learn how to use these things because there's a learning curve to any of these things. But they're about $50, and I think they're coming out Q2 here in 2025. So I think that is super cool. Now, one of the things I love, and I've been playing a lot with these things, is Aqara, A-Q-A-R-A. Now, these guys have been really coming out with a lot of smart home things that work with Matter, Apple, all these different things. And what I like about it, there's a lot of things that you can do with this. These guys have done switches, cameras, doorbell cameras, climate sensors. They've come out with hubs. And so, man, they have come out with some super trick stuff. And one of the ones that I'm going to be testing out here soon is they have, and I can't wait to play with some of these things. So they have their big panel hub, their S1. So now you've got a hub that you can basically change out a traditional light switch, but it has all your security cameras on it. They've got all these different doorbell cameras, like the doorbell camera hub, the G410. That's cool. Presence sensors, light switches, touchscreen switches. So they have really kind of got it dialed in. So impressive stuff. I'm excited to see what Aqara has coming out this year. And those guys really do a great job. They really have expanded out with their Matter language controllers. So I think it's really cool. There's a lot of new stuff coming out. So the touchscreen is sweet. Take a look at these guys. It is neat stuff. So, I mean, it's really going to change how we look at affordable smart home stuff. So the panel hub, that S1 Plus, is basically, it's a premium in-wall panel, enables centralized control of your entire smart home with one single interface. So basically you can go through with a 6.9 inch touchscreen and control everything from locks, thermostats, lights, curtains, all that kind of stuff, which is super cool. So it doubles as a Zigbee hub, Matter bridge for the Aqara Zigbee devices. So that'll be coming out later this month in Europe and then later this year in the US. They've got a touchscreen dial V1, which is just like you think, it's a rotary dial, manages and automates up to 2 wired light fixtures. So there's a lot of this different stuff coming out. So take a look at what Aqara is doing. Aqara. They are really doing some cool stuff out there and worth to take a look when you're dealing with smart home stuff. There's been a lot of different things out there that have been changing hands, but I tell you what, here's the thing. When you're dealing with smart home stuff, there have been a lot of companies that come out with groundbreaking stuff. Some of them haven't made it, but companies like Aqara have really been out there. They're well-funded. They're doing stuff. Every year I'm switching out some stuff that I tested out that were smaller companies that just couldn't get out there and get to market correctly. That is not the case with Aqara. Now, here's another one that I think is really smart. Cami Vision, K-A-M-I. They are using AI-powered fall detection for homeowners and caregivers with an at-home camera. So this is really cool. So basically, this is the fall detect camera. So it's the first home security camera available to consumers that combines cutting-edge AI-powered fall detection technology, 24/7 professional monitoring, and a direct link to emergency services. So I think this is awesome. It falls in with a 99.5% accuracy. So this is no joke. So this is really expanding fall protection for seniors and those with mobility issues. And it's basically a live system for this. So this is really cool. I'm excited for this. Hassle-free setup, Vision AI motion tracking. You've got a live view, two-way audio, unlimited user sharing, 24/7 fall protection, real-time alerts, emergency response, and cloud storage. You know, it's cool. So Cami Vision currently has FDA registration for this fall detect camera. So this is really going to make safety for people that need it most. The fall detect camera is offered at $99 with a monthly subscription fee of $45. So anyway, super cool stuff. Check it out. Look at camivision.com. So that's K-A-M-I vision.com. Sweet stuff. I love it. This is neat stuff that I'm excited about. All right, guys. Well, there's not a lot of recalls out there. There is I saw that there was a zero-turn John Deere lawnmower with a Kawasaki engine. Head over to check out the recall on that. Otherwise, it's been a slow recall week, but that's January for you. That's how this goes. All right. Well, you guys give some love out there to your friends and family that are in Southern California as they're still dealing with it this week. Happy midweek. We got a great show coming up this weekend, and we're going to be diving into a couple subjects of how you can protect yourself in case you have a disaster at your house. And we're going to be talking to two different experts this week. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're diving into this head first. So this is top of mind. What can we do to prepare ourselves? What can we do right now that takes 15, 20 minutes or an hour to make life so much easier down the road and increase our chances for dealing with insurance companies and things like that? So we got some experts back on the show. I'm Eric G. If you want to find out more about us, head over to aroundthehouseonline.com and make sure you follow us on social media, and you can message me on both, whether it's on Facebook, just look for Around the House Show, or over to aroundthehouseonline.com. We'll see you this weekend. Thanks for tuning into Around the House.
Somewhere unseen, undiscovered, anywhere beyond the mean. Life is a love song, let's be lovers. We're all over the radio. Take my hand, I know where to go. All over the radio with you.
Are you a contractor, landscaper, or small business owner? Are you tired of renting or pulling that worn-out trailer to the job site? Is that really the best look for your company? It's time to up your game and check out the trailers from Summit Trailer. If you want the highest quality trailer you can own, they are proudly made right here in Oregon with a dealer network all along the West Coast. What I love about my Summit trailer is that it's a dump trailer that was designed to work. I can load it up without having to worry about if it's going to be able to lift the load, and it pulls like a dream. This was built to work. So it doesn't matter if you want a dump trailer like mine or a deck over flatbed, tilt bed, or utility trailer. They got a trailer that'll fit your needs. Invest in your business with something you'll feel proud of, pulling up to any job site or your next project. Check out the best trailer in the West at summittrailermfg.com. Check out the dealer locator and find your nearest dealer at summittrailermfg.com.